We keep electing political zombies, recycled neurons with brain clotted with thief syndrome, chronic corruption, and leaders handpicked by the West. Leaders that are loaded with inferiority complex and the slave master's paradigm. And yet we all continue to wonder why Africa as a continent and Africans as a people are not moving forward. It is time for us to ask ourselves what is wrong. What is it that we are doing as a people that needs to be corrected? Imagine we are blessed with all the natural resources in the world, and yet we are stagnant and chronically underdeveloped. Every country and foreigner is living their dreams on Africa. But Africans are being forced to live the dreams of others. What a shame. When you have leaders who have monopolistically consolidated the presidential seat as a family enterprise to be inherited by their children or by their favorite political godsons and goddaughters, irrespective of their qualification, then you know democracy has been trivialized to no effect or value. When you have leaders who send their children abroad for education because the educational system in Africa to them does not meet standard. There's no meet the standard they want for their children. Then you know we are all roasted. Leaders who come to the West for medical treatment for things as minimum as inhaling dust or having catarrh from the same road they did not build or repair for citizens. Or leaders coming to the West for mainly having a nightmare because they didn't have a good night's sleep. They run down to the West with our money for treatment. Why the masses cannot afford medical treatment due to the incompetencies of these cowardly, senseless leaders we have. Then you know we are all finished. And that is the present state, the present situation of Africa we live today. Finished. Our continent is in a state of siege and critical disability by our leaders and foreign countries. If we don't want to see Africa empty soon, we all gotta start building now. Now. For life is about the right to freedom or death. And social justice is never a future goal. It is now and right here to be tackled. Yes. Africa is terminally ill and needs holistic intervention as soon as possible. People, therefore, in this new day, new time and generation, the youth should stop listening to elderly foolishness of idiotically corrupt and westernly controlled compromising leaders who have led us all to this crossroads we find ourselves today, and go out there and demand their God-given rights. For what is good yesterday is no longer good enough for today. It is their prerogative to fight for their future by taking the bull by the horn and demanding for a better Africa for themselves and for their future generation. Our leaders will never give you the privilege of basic resources. So please, stop begging for what belongs to you or praying for God to come fix things for you when God did not cause the problem in the first place. African problems are things we can fix ourselves. For God only helps those who help themselves. Come to think of it. If God did not intervene when our brothers and sisters were stolen into slavery, hanged and burnt to death, women raped and brutalized, children's hands amputated and cut off in Congo during colonization, and all the atrocities and genocides that other races are perpetuating on us from time immemorial to date, and the endless thievery that have befallen us from within and from all over the planet, from people who only see Africans and Africa as numbers and not humans, and as a refuse bin to dump diseases and perform all sorts of experiments. Then come on, you all, wake up, people. For God will not intervene now. God is not coming. He has already given us all what we need to deliver ourselves. We are the surviving force of planet Earth. As we fuel the very existence of other nations, their very source of livelihood depends on us, and yet we are poor, oppressed, and chronically stagnant. Come on, let's use our brain or take it by force. There just got to be a way to tumble these evilly corrupt leaders and stop praying and asking God to come fix schools for our children, hospitals, and bring electricity or create jobs and give us good running drinking water or whatever. God is not going to fix all these things, because you have the ability to solve these problems yourself. You only pray for those things or ask God for things beyond your power to do. Yeah. Rebellion has always been the outgrowth of oppression, people. It is time to rebel against the cabals that will not let us be. Great countries like Australia